Hello and welcome to my video for 5 ways to wellness. My name is Claire and I'm going to lead you through a short yoga routine. Yoga, the word means union. It's union of breath and movement. So this 10-minute routine, we're going to be using all of our body and we're also going to be focusing on our breath. So let's get started with a breathing exercise called belly breathing. Now you can either just stay seated exactly as you are, you can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart, or you could even place your hands together at your heart center. I'm going to go with one hand on heart and one hand on belly. Now it's up to you if you'd like to keep your eyes open, you can half close them, or if you feel comfortable, close them all the way. I'm going to close my eyes. And then we'll start by breathing in through the nose for a count of 4. Breathe in. Hold the breath for 4. And breathe out for 4. Now you can breathe out through the mouth or the nose. Off we go again. Breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. Hold the breath for 4. And breathe out for 4. We're going to go 2 more times. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Last time, breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Now just take a moment to let your breathing return to normal. Our breath is obviously very fundamental to life, and we often forget about it since it's there every day, all day, just doing its own thing. So practicing yoga is a great time in which we can link our breath to our movements. So now it's time to get moving. Open your eyes if you had them closed. Now I'm going to give some instructions during the different exercises and movements that we're going to do about your breathing, but don't worry too much about it. You just breathe as feels natural for you. First of all, we're going to start with mobilizing our neck area. So just taking our chin down to our chest, and then returning your head back up to its neutral position. Now you're going to take one ear towards one shoulder and return to center, and then the other side, ear to shoulder and return into center. Now we turn our head to look to one side, return to center, and turn, look the other side, return into center. Okay, we're going to go through those one more time, adding in the breathing. So chin down to chest, breathe in. And then return into center, breathe out. Ear to shoulder, breathe in. Return to center, breathe out. Ear to shoulder, breathe in. Return to center, breathe out. Turn into one side, breathing in. Return to center, breathe out. Turn to the other side, breathing in. Return into center, breathing out. And relax, give yourself a little breath. Now we're going to move on to our eyes. Working on a computer all day, looking at our phones and other screens, it can get tiring for our eyes, so it's always good to give your eyes some exercise. So imagine a big clock in front of you with the numbers 12, 1, all the way around. And we're going to take our eyes around the clock. So first of all, looking up to number 12. It's a really big clock. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And now we go anti-clockwise, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, and relax. Close and open your eyes a couple of times, give them a blink, let them return to normal. Okay, moving down to our shoulders now, starting off with just some small shoulder rolls backwards, as much as feels comfortable for you. You can start to increase that now by making it bigger. You could also bring your hands onto your shoulders and make really big circles with your elbows around. A couple of more times and then we'll change the direction. Okay, so now going forwards, working with whatever range of movement is good for your shoulders. And relax. Shrug those shoulders now up to the ears and let them drop down. Breathing in, shrug the shoulders up breathe out, let them drop. One more time, breathing in and out. Okay, now for our fingers. Again, working on computers, typing messages on our phones, our fingers can get quite tight. So we're going to squeeze our hands as tightly as you can into a fist and then open them wide, stretch those fingers. Again, close and stretch, close, stretch. One more time, breathing in, breathing out. And now circling those hands around, loosen off those wrists and change direction. And then give all of the arm a nice shake and relax. Okay, so that's our head, neck, shoulders and arms done. Now to move on to the sides of our bodies. Now I'm going to start giving options to carry on these movements either seated in the chair or maybe even standing up. So we'll start with seated. It's a side stretch. Just going to lower one hand down to the side of the chair while bringing the other hand up the side of your body. Reaching as far as you can. And then returning to center and going over to the other side. Let's breathe in as we reach down and breathing out as we return to center. Off we go again. Breathe in, reach down to one side and breathing out, return to center, and then the other side. Breathe in and out. So stay with that movement if that's enough for you. If you want to stay seated but make it a little bit more challenging, let's take hands behind head and you're dropping your elbow down to the side. This is also going to bring in a little bit of core work there as well. And then your option for standing up, you can do the same as you were seated and just take one hand down to the side. You can have hands behind the head, or maybe even out and most challenging, taking the arms up overhead and taking it over to the side there. I think I'm going to go with standing, but arms by my side. So let's breathe in, go over to one side, and then breathing out, return to center. Breathing in to the other side, breathing out, return to center. Again, breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. One more time. I'm going to take my arms up for the last one, reaching long through the body, breathing in and out, and again breathing in and out, and then I'm going to return to seated. Okay, so that's the side of our bodies. Now for our spine, we're going to start off with some roll downs. Everyone, I would like to start seated with this. First of all, take your chin down to your chest and then just slide your hands forward over your knees, reach into your shins as far as you can, and then we roll back up again. Okay, so off we go again, chin to chest first, and then rolling forwards, feel the spine working, slide those hands over your knees, and return to center. Okay, let's continue with that. Continue seated if that was enough for you. Each time we do it, maybe you get to move forward and roll forward a little bit more. I'm going to stand up now to show the standing option, but it's pretty much the same. Chin onto chest, and we roll down, taking our hands down our legs. So our legs are not locked out straight when we do this. Soft bend in those knees. And the more you roll down when you're standing, you'll also start to feel a stretch coming into the hamstrings. That's the back of the legs there. And coming back up. Okay, we're going to go 3 more times, and I'll focus on adding the breathing in now as well. So we breathe in, rolling down. So breathing in the whole time you're rolling down. Going a little bit further now, I'm getting warmed up. And then breathing out, coming back up. 2 more times, breathing in, roll down, chin to chest, and then working through each vertebrae of the spine. And coming back up. And then for the last one, I'm going to add some arms in. So I'm going to breathe in, take my arms up, and then breathe out and roll down and bring the arms down. And then breathing in, coming all the way back up. And relax. Okay, so one more for our spines now. We've done sides, we've done the spine itself, and what we're going to do now is twist. So again, we'll start off seating. Take one hand onto the opposite knee. The other hand is going to go on the back of the chair behind you. Now you want to turn from your shoulders. So you use your shoulders to enable the spine to twist. And then come back to the center, and we'll go the other side. So hand onto the opposite leg. It doesn't matter where it is on the leg, it's just there for support. And then you turn, taking the other hand behind you, turning those shoulders and return to the front. Maybe you don't need the support of the hands and you can just take them one behind the back and out to the side now. And return to center, and then the other side. And return to center. So you continue with doing that seated if that's enough for you. For the standing up option, again, it's pretty much the same. This time though, we're going to take our hand to our hip and then our other hand as far around our back as we can. So as I twist there, you'll be able to see my hand behind my back. And then coming back to the front. And then the other side. So with one hand on your hip, one hand behind your back. And back to the center. 2 more times. Breathing in, we twist. If you're standing, do try to keep those hips facing forward. We don't want to turn the whole body all the way around. We want to just work the spine. Return to center, other side. And return to center. 1 more time. Breathing in, we twist. Breathing out, return to center. Breathing in, we twist. And breathing out, return to center. And relax. Without a nice strong back, it literally helps to hold us up all day long, so it's good to keep our spine and our backs nice and strong. So the next one I'm going to do is a very traditional yoga exercise. It's called the cat and cow. Seated version first of all. Again, those hands are going to be placed on your legs there. It's similar to what we've done in the roll down now. So you're going to take your chin onto your chest and feel like you're pushing your spine backwards. And then as you breathe in, you're going to push your spine forward. So lift your chin, lift your chest. So it's a little bit different to the movement we've done in the roll down, and in that it's just the spine itself that's making the move now by pushing our spine back and then pushing it forwards. This also helps to open up across the chest and it helps our shoulders as well. So let's breathe out and take our spine back. And breathing in, taking the spine forward. Now this can also be done standing up. I'll show you sideways for this one. So standing here, we're just going to roll those shoulders forward, spread the shoulders wide, push that spine back. And then breathing in, push the chest forward and the spine forward. So breathing out, rounding through the back, like an angry cat. And then breathing in, chest forward. And then the last version of this one I'm going to show you is actually all the way down on the floor, how the movement is done traditionally. So lowering ourselves down onto all fours. And then as we breathe out, it's lifting that spine up. So the same as what we were pushing it back for the standing or the seated version. And then breathing in, we're pushing our spine down, lifting our chest and chin. So 2 more times. Breathing out. And breathing in. Last one. Breathing out. And breathing in. And then return your spine to neutral from whatever position you're in. And then I'm going to come up and back into my chair. All right, so that's our spine done. So thank you very much for joining me for this session. I do hope you have enjoyed it. Please do come back and try it again and again. As I said at the beginning, yoga is very progressive. The more you do something, the easier it will get. You will get more flexible, you will get stronger, and you'll also see that your breathing gets a lot easier as well. Thank you very much.